What's going on, fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money on the Internet podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about this idea of being shameless, this idea that I have no shame. Now, coming into event week, I'm 3 days out from the Pizza Domination All Access event. And there was a lot of work that I had to do last week to make sure that we were fully fucking prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to make sure that the itinerary was locked in, had to make sure that the guest speakers were locked in, I had to make sure that my speech was done. Like, there was a lot of stuff that we had to do to make sure that like we were going to have a really successful event. So that being said, I also have 3 times that I'll be speaking on stage at the event. I'm opening the weekend, so I'm starting on Friday, and then I also speak on Mastermind Sunday. So I've got a speech on Mastermind Sunday, and I also have like different little like parts during the weekend that I'm going to be speaking. So the last like 14 days, I've been working probably 12 to 14 hours a day every day to make sure that I get all the shit done that I need to get done. And like I'm a big believer in this balance between like masculine and feminine energy. And so for me, what that means is that if I have a goal or I have something that I would like to achieve, like I want to tap into that, like I'm going to get shit done, like attitude. Like I'm going to tap into that, like I'm going to get shit done mindset. And that, like, I'm going to get shit done mindset is usually, I would say, like 70 to 80% of the time, I like live in that energy where I was like, I'm going to get shit done. Like it's like fucking time to execute. And coming into this week, I had that same mentality because for the last like 4 to 6 weeks, it's been like opening up the gym, planning the event, running the team, making sure everything's moving properly. So it's been a lot of fucking extra work. I also filmed an entirely new sales course for my clients called Sales Mastery. So it's a lot of extra work. So coming into this week, I had the same mentality. I was like, I'm gonna fuck shit up. I'm going, you know? So I was like, I'm gonna go morning routine. Like when I'm traveling, I'm gonna run for 30 minutes every single day. And then I'm gonna fucking do my morning ritual and I'm gonna crush it every day. And so I went to bed last night at like at midnight because we ended up getting in super late. Long story, fucking there's this car rental place that sucks ass in Calgary. And I don't want to put them on blast, but they're fucking horrible. It took me like an hour and a half to get my car. So by the time we got back to the Airbnb, it was midnight. And honestly, like I wanted to fall asleep watching TV, so I fucking did. And then I woke up this morning at 6, which is when I was gonna wake up and the crush a run. And I like literally thought to myself, I was like, I like don't need to do this right now. I was like, I need to go back to bed and I need to get 2 hours of sleep. So I went back to bed and I got 2 hours of sleep. And then I fucking woke up and I'm like, I felt fucking amazing. I went for like a 15-minute walk, got a Starbucks, and I feel fucking great. It's the best day of my life. And I never used to be able to do this. I never used to be able to take time off of my business without feeling fucking guilty. Like I never used to be able to take time away from my business without feeling like I was a failure. I never used to be able to take a couple of days off without feeling like I'm falling behind or that my business is fucking somehow going to implode because I'm not working on it for an extra couple hours. Like it's almost like I used to judge my character based on what I was my work ethic and what I was willing to put forth. And like I like if I was working hard, then I was worthy. And if I was not working hard, then I was not worthy. Does that make sense? Any of you guys ever felt that where you like take some time off and you literally just feel fucking shame? Like you just like you're like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so this idea of like being shameless is like the only way that like I've been in self-development now for like the last like we're talking like we're coming on 12 years, okay? Like I was an addict 12 years ago. So I've been literally working on my mindset, working on hypnosis, working on therapy, meditation, affirmations, gratitude, fucking the whole shebang for 12 years. And the way that I feel now compared to even 2 years ago is I actually fucking like me. Like I actually fucking think I'm fucking awesome. And because of that, like me being awesome has nothing to do with whether or not I'm grinding so hard every single day. And so being shameless means that I actually like I'm a big believer in this. So like let's talk a little bit about the masculine feminine balance because I want to make sure I explain this like my theory on this clearly. For me, like being in your masculine, your divine masculine is being in your go-getter energy. It's being in your protector energy. It's being in your like provider energy. Like it's like I'm going to fucking conquer. Like that's like the masculine is like I'm going to conquer, I'm going to do shit. And I actually really get a lot of value out of being on my masculine and I fucking like it and it's fun and I like crushing shit and I like setting goals and smashing them. It's my favorite fucking thing in the world. And I also think that too much masculine is toxic, right? And if you guys want a perfect example of this, like think about Andrew Tate. Like the reason that everybody didn't like fucking Andrew is because it was too much. It was like over the top. And so like, yes, it was a masculine, but it was like too much. There was like no feminine. There was like no balance. And so I think that having masculine energy and going after what you want is super fucking important. But I think that when you're tapped into your masculine for too long, you get to a point where you literally just burn out and you're like, I don't want to do this work anymore. Like, this isn't fun for me. Like, I'm not excited doing this. And that's how I woke up this morning and that's how I fucking felt. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give myself what I need. I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to go for a nice walk. I'm going to get myself a Starbucks and then I'm going to talk about I'm fucking shameless. And like, I think that's a super valuable skill, you guys. It's a valuable skill to be able to be shameless. And like, I had to work through a lot of shit to get to this point because I had so much trauma from my past, whether that be like my mom fucking kicked me out when I was 8, didn't meet my dad. So I felt like I like needed fucking male, like I needed attention or like validation from male role models or figures. Like I like was ashamed of all the shit that I had done when I was a drug addict. I felt like a loser. I felt like a piece of shit. Like, so like there was so much shit that I was holding on to from my past. And it's almost like every single time I took a day off, all of the shit that I was fucking burying deep underneath my blankets, I was like fucking holding up the rug and sweeping under the carpet. Like anytime I take time off, it would all come fucking rushing out and be like, hey, you remember me? You know? But now it's like, I don't feel that. I don't fucking feel that. That feels great. And it's the best feeling ever to be able to, work hard when I want to work hard. And I like when I need to do shit, like shit gets fucking done and there's just no excuse. And I just like, if I need to sleep 4 hours, I sleep 4 hours. That's what fucking happens. And if I want to fucking sleep in and watch action movies till midnight, I'm gonna fucking do that because it's my life and I get to decide. And so if you're an entrepreneur and you know what it feels like to have the guilt of taking time off work, you know what it feels like when you take a break from work and you feel like shit, you know what it feels like when on your day off, you literally can't fucking relax because all you're thinking about is work. You know what it feels like when you're sitting down with your partner and you're at dinner and all you're doing is texting your potential clients because you don't want to miss out on a sale. You know what it feels like to get a message from your client at 7 p.m. and feel like you need to respond, otherwise they'll drop off the program. Like that's the shit I'm talking about. Like that's the shit that needs to get worked through, right? And like when we first get started in business, don't get me wrong, like I think there comes a period in time where you need to go through that and you need to embrace it and lean into it because I think that at first is what builds the business. Like what really like takes it to the next level is when you're able to like over deliver to your people, you're able to go to the next level. They can feel your presence. They're excited. And then what happens is you start to build a brand. And as you build a brand, like your reputation kind of brings people in by itself and people are coming for the results because of your reputation. And then as your brand expands, it's like, it's not just the business brand, it's like you as a brand. And so people not only fuck with your business, but they fuck with you. And like when you get to that level, like I think the most important thing is to like take care of like you because I would rather be fucking well rested and go into my event and be like, what's up, motherfuckers? Than for me like waking up at 6 a.m. and like grinding my fucking face off all week, getting like 6 to 7 hours of sleep, killing myself doing cardio, and then showing up to my event and being like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Like I know what's important and what's not. So yeah, I think that it's important to work through those phases and it's important to work on yourself. Like I think that the work that I've been able to do on myself over the last 8 years is why I'm able to do shit that I want to fucking do. And like doing shit that I want to fucking do, not just taking a day off when I want to take a day off, building a fucking life that I love. Like me and Kristen posted a video yesterday. You guys can go watch it on my Instagram. It's fucking hilarious. We were talking about masculine and feminine. And so what we did is I was like, I personally believe that as the man in the house, I'm like, I should pay for all my wife's shit. Like that's my belief. Like I'm the man in the house. I'm the provider. I should pay for all my wife's shit. And then somebody commented, I'm not going to reply to any of the comments because I just like to throw shit in the internet and then fucking laugh at the responses. But somebody replied and they're like, yeah, it's easy for you to say, like, you make money. And I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, it's not like I was born with more fucking gifts than you have, or more talents than you have, or more like a higher station in life than you have. Like, you have the ability to make fucking money if you wanted to. And so if you just worked on yourself and like, even it doesn't matter what fucking career you're in, okay? It doesn't like literally doesn't matter. If you're a mechanic, you could go to school for like heavy duty mechanics. And then all of a sudden, just by investing in education now, instead of making $25 an hour, you're making $40 an hour. And if you're in heavy duty mechanics, I'm sure there's a fucking school where you could pay and you could work on like fucking semi trucks. And I'm almost certain that if you went from working on fucking heavy duty mechanic trucks to semi trucks, you would make more money. And so like the whole idea of like, oh, you're fucking easy for you to say, like you make money. No shit, because I fucking worked on myself. And like I worked on myself to a point where I'm able to make more money. Like I did so much self-development. I did so much skill development. I did so much mastering my craft. I did so much fucking time in the arena that I'm able to do the shit I want to fucking do. And I'm able to do it whenever the fuck I want. Like it's like whenever I want, with whoever I want, however I want. Like that to me is the ultimate fucking freedom. And that's why I started entrepreneurship in the first place. And so if you're listening to this, like it doesn't matter where you are in life right now. If you're like working at a 9 to 5 you don't fucking like, if you're like an online coach right now that's like trapped in your business because every time you take a day off, you feel fucking guilty. If you've got a massive online coaching business, but you haven't really stepped into your role as a leader of that business and like really started to take care of your mental health so you can grow the business, like it doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum. Like you can literally fucking do anything that you want with your life. I think that's the cool thing. Like that's what I'm the most proud of is like I'm fucking shameless and I don't feel guilty anymore taking time off. And I also like, I just get to do whatever the fuck I want to do because I built that life because I worked on myself. And that's fucking cool. And I want to share it with you so you can start working on yourself and you can have that too. Peace, love, and protein. Have the best day of your entire life. Talking to you guys in the next fucking episode. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.